story. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Ducks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he's going to try to return this one. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. The give to the back. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Sort of getting in touch with their inner James White, Melvin Gordon, or Jonathan Taylor to pick up another first down.
I mean, it's just crazy the list of guys they've had play here in the Wisconsin tradition, and it continues, right? Everybody who's here, you're going to be featured. You're going to get touches. So, hey, recruits, you want to carry the football a lot? Come to Wisconsin.
It's complete on the right side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference play. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, the players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Badgers decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Takes the easy one to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He gets a block. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Lawrence. He looks that one in nicely. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Wisconsin quarterbacks always know their role. Sometimes they got to make the big plays, from a Darrell Bevel to a Russell Wilson.
And knowing your role means knowing that you're going to hand the football off a lot. You're going to be a play-action team and pick and choose your spots, but it won't be an offense with Wisconsin that is opening up. It's throwing the football 30, 40 times a game.
Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Gives it to the back on the draw. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Pocket starts to collapse. And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because of the speed on defense.
Try to get it on the ground. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
The Badgers are rolling down the field. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll try to run it in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And in that situation, on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Badgers. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
The offense set for a first down play. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Ducks want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Right down the middle. And that one's going to be knocked down incomplete, and we have knocked out the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Fires one high and deep. And it's caught inside the 15. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. A new set of downs after the completion. The aerial assault continues. Gets it out quickly. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ducks!
And I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide, dump it to your playmaker. The running back takes the football. He does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making a play.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. blitz the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Tennessee managed to eke out the victory in a tighter than expected one. And they'll be singing from the top of Rocky Top after this one, no matter the final score. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Ready to fire from the pistol. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to throw. It's Lawrence. Keeps looking downfield. He'll get rid of it. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Looking for more room. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point when he was able to come away with the pick.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. The Ducks have taken it inside the 20. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Got his man on the right. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and settle.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up. And the Badgers in the hurry up.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback. And now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. To throw, it's Lawrence. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And a great job on the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake. Gonna take a shot. Makes the grab. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Oregon. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. A first down for the offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And he can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
He'll try it again. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll give it to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7. A 3rd and long coming up here. To the air, it's Lawrence trying to get to it. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. The Badgers will line up to punt it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The offense lining up for a first down play. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to him. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
He's going to take off. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
Coming after him. Got rid of it just in time. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He finds his man. Hit the afterburners, kid. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
The give to the tailback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He wants to throw it. A little screen to the running back. And they'll run in the red zone. Touchdown, Ducks! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Give to the single back. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Back to pass, it's Lawrence. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. No, what a move! Big gainer there that'll look good in the stat column, but not quite enough to put any points on the board before time expires here in the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Got things teed up and just about ready to go here in the second half. He'll bring it back looking for help. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Give to the fullback. There to stop him at the 43, but he gets 5 and moves the sticks.
Fullbacks are very unselfish. One of the most unselfish positions you can find in football. They block 99% of the time. But when you can give them that rock, get a first down, those guys are really big. You know, they're really powerful. They usually fall forward. No nonsense, no jukes. They just hit you in the mouth.
Safe completion on the screen. Great move there. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
Well, we know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be...
Touchdown, Oregon! And the pummeling has started. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside
Not
the
zero.
teams who did battle today. Stanford unleashed a furious offensive attack and reminded folks there on the farm what things were
Zero!
like. Bill Walsh and
It's not
David
zero.
Shaw were in charge. An
Yeah, I'm
A-plus
talking about this
performance from the Cardinals.
1 and 0, come on.
We got one more quarter, but
1 more quarter, then and then we can do the Easter egg hunt.
And Kevin Connors keeping an
Okay,
eye on everything
then
all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
we
They stop him almost immediately.
no one touching, I'm a thing of bad. Take 2 something.
Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the 3rd. To the air, it's Lawrence. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Oh,
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. Gotta somehow
I was gonna
find a
hide
way to
something.
start to get something
I do
together
it like
here in the
today.
And this offense just
Dude.
can't afford not to get the first
There's a
down here.
crocodile on
Already
your head.
trailing big, and the clock is not
There's a
their friend.
crocodile on your head.
He'll pull it down and run. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, that used to just drive me nuts. I couldn't
Wait.
stand that. The quarterback drops back to pass.
Is it
scrambles
done
around.
yet?
You got me
No, not
chasing
yet.
you all over the
Is
field,
there
getting
one
close
more
to the
quarter?
sideline. Stay in bounds.
Mhm.
Please stay in bounds. Let me get a little bit of a reward for all my running, so I can just put some kind of hit on it. Nope.
What?
Steps out of bounds.
Does that mean the game's over?
That does not mean the game's over.
Oh! Why'd you do everything I say?
They can really be aggressive after that last play.
Kick,
It's
drop,
2nd and
spin.
3.
Kick, kick, kick.
Motion from the offense.
Kick.
They're testing the right side here.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to make it.
How do you stop
They're
the
going to
game?
keep this drive
No, no,
going.
no,
They'll
no.
have to make a
I
play
like
on 3rd and
playing
long from the 26. Getting some heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Badgers will punt
Is
this
this
one away.
controller
This
on?
defense has a 3-possession lead at this point. You're seeing how dominant they are up front. They have done such a good job recruiting D linemen, linebackers.
Oh,
guys
you
that can
press
blitz.
the
They've got
buttons,
speed.
what
They found guys
happens?
in the portal. They
Nothing.
recruited guys out of high school, and they
Does
are
it turn
just
on when you press the
eating.
buttons? I'm running! You're not even
The
winning.
Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone. He'll take a shot.
You lose.
Touchdown, Ducks! And the route is on. This dude is revving his engine
My
like
God,
a
like
dumper
a car
on
in the
a
lot.
motorcycle. He is putting
That's
up
what I
points
wanted.
in 5
Oh, we're
quarters.
coming back to
And it's
safety,
nice to
but
have a
then
guy
you
that
tell
can
me.
do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding that Oregon is trigger men. Not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25.
Return to 0
First
yet.
down here
Now
for
you're
the
moving.
offense.
Please.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
The give to the single back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. The defender was right there.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. The run to the left. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. They're bringing heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
This offensive coordinator has got to find a way to slow down this defensive end in the 4-3 scheme. You might want to start thinking about double teaming him with a tight end, maybe using a running back on some chips. Try to give your quarterback more time.
Knocked down for the tackle.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, that was a good play on the ball, getting his hand up and getting the tip, getting the deflection. Ball bounces up in the air, falls to the ground, incomplete pass.
Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? Pressure coming. He'll pull it down. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. It is good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive, so someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
He's loose. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. They're going to run it to the right. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They'll try it on the ground. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting to run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Quick strike complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
He's looking to throw it. And it's picked off. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Well, nice job finding a crease to go get that first. And, Dave, there's just some running backs out there that feel like they have that sixth sense. They just know where the marker is. They know where that first down marker is, and they're just able to find a way to fall forward and get it.
Oh, and I love when they don't dance. Know the situation, right? Don't bounce.
And he's running in the open. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back to its own.
And you see wide receivers make those catches and try to get upfield and now turn into a running back, make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you could tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover, nice forced turnover by the defense.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35. He's got the sideline going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. The Ducks want to move quickly. From the red zone, looking for a space. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On second down, wants to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on fourth down, and they'll get it back.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Looking to throw, it's Lawrence. Trying to get to it. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that...
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it on the left. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play,